Finally this evening, our person of the week. Very often, people in all sorts of places have all sorts of suggestions about whom they think we should choose during any given week. The person we focus on tonight was brought to our attention by a passerby on the street in Washington, and we're very pleased. We choose him on the occasion of his birthday, and more importantly, a very meaningful anniversary.
Our basic concern is that those kids have the same opportunities that the average middle-class child has in the United States for making choices. And without education, they can't make the choice.
Wendell Rollison has spent 25 years offering the children of Florida's migrant farm workers a choice, an opportunity to leave the fields.
Farm work is clean, good, honest work. And if that is their choice as adults, fine. But when that is the only thing they can do, then that's not right.
Wow, muscle, that's good. Drink that milk and give you more muscle.
Wendell Rollison has a very basic prescription for these preschool children of migrant workers: nutrition, health care, and education. The Redlands Christian Migrant Association, which he runs, is celebrating its 25th anniversary in the fields this year. At 32 centers across southern Florida, Rollison and his staff of former field workers try to put these kids on equal ground when it is time for them to enter public school. To speak English, to be as healthy and alert as those who are more fortunate. 20 years ago, Juan Medina was one of Rollison's kids. Today, he manages a local radio station.
In the fields, we tend to be insecure about ourselves as individuals. To us, to our migrant families here in the state of Florida, we see him as a knight in white armor.
Wendell Rollison was raised in New York and Connecticut. During the last century, his great-grandparents helped run the Underground Railroad in Connecticut, which enabled Southern slaves to escape north towards freedom. The stories impressed him as a child.
I was brought up and nurtured on those tales, and I suppose that set the stage for me to react to the farm worker.
But the defining moment was in the 1950s when he was working at a Miami airport. A teenage couple from Puerto Rico carrying an infant landed in Florida penniless, only to learn that the farm jobs they were promised when they bought their tickets didn't exist. It was a scam Rollison had seen before. The couple's only hope was to reach relatives in New York.
They asked me would I buy the baby for $10. I promised them that when they had gotten work and earned enough money, I would sell the baby back to them. Well, that absolutely blew my mind.
Rollison, then in his early 30s, decided right then to become an advocate for migrant workers.
I came out shooting from the hip against the agricultural industry, and they were the responsible for all of these ills. I said to myself, now, what have we accomplished? And the answer is nothing.
Until Rollison realized that talking with management would provide better results than screaming at them. Today, along with the state and federal government, growers are major contributors to the Migrant Association. Both workers and growers benefit.
Basically tranquility in the labor force. He understands that relationship, that ag needs a farm worker certainly, and farm workers without agriculture would be, their plight would be, much worsened because of that.
Happy birthday to you.
Wendell Rollison is 75 this week, and he believes he cannot stop until this latest crop of children has the chance to succeed in school and have a choice in any field.
When you know that that child is left really because he or she feels that they were pushed out of school, that's the sad point, because they really have lost the choice. And that's really sad and totally inexcusable.
And so we choose Wendell Rollison, a man who cares deeply for children and who clearly believes that the land of opportunity was meant to be that way for all. That's our report on World News Tonight. I'm Peter Jennings. We hope you have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday.